Are you ready to embark on an epic multi-day kayak camping adventure? In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I pack all of my essential gear and supplies needed for a comfortable and enjoyable paddling trip. From camping equipment to cooking gear, you'll see how and where I pack it all into my kayak for a successful multi-day adventure on the water. And at the end of the video, I will share a clever packing mod that I've added to my kayak. So get ready to hit the water and start planning your dream kayak camping trip today. It just dawned on me that I've never demonstrated how I pack my kayak for a kayak camping trip, a multi-day trip. So I'm gonna let you watch me pack all my gear into the kayak, and I'm gonna explain what it all is. So the first big main item is this giant 35-liter dry bag, which is basically the same volume as the backpack I use for backpacking that I've often taken kayak camping. There's really no reason for me to take a backpack if I'm not hiking. Okay, this has a top quilt, bottom quilt for my hammock, because I have my hammock and my tent in here, and my air pad, and a tarp, my drone, which I'm hoping to fly today. It's just been such thick tree cover with nowhere to take off. I haven't been able to get it out. What else is in here? And my clothing bag. So all the essentials are gonna keep dry no matter how wet I get while I'm kayaking. So I just put this underneath all the straps. This is just a little, like a little standing pad to put underneath my hammock for when I get in and out of my hammock or for putting gear on. So that should be everything there. The other thing I put in the back is all my electronics. Everything for charging my cell phone, headlamp, LED light, a thermocell that's out of fuel, not working. Yeah, battery banks, and yeah, that's about it. So definitely gotta keep all that stuff dry. And then the other thing I'm putting in the back, I could probably jam this into this big dry bag if I needed to. This is my Z-Packs Duplex. I mean, I don't really want it to get wet, but it hasn't got wet yet. I would say this river's pretty tame. If I was on a rougher river with white water or more chances of getting swamped or splashed on, I would definitely put my tent in a different dry bag, or I'd fit it in there. If I didn't have my drone with me, I could easily get it in there. So I'm just gonna strap this along the side. And then I have this little, the little drawstring. I am going to strap this dry bag around one of these little orange bungee straps and through the tent strap. That way, if I happen to spill, it's not all gonna float away on me. So believe it or not, that is how I carry everything in the back, and everything has stayed perfectly dry and secure. And that's what's important. All right, for the rest of it. This was bulging full when I started, sweet corn, melons, butternut squash. Basically empty now. It just has my peaches in here for my peach dessert I'm gonna make tonight at camp, hopefully. Here is my little mini collapsible fishing pole. I have not used it yet. If I have time today, I will try to do a little bit of trout fishing. So I'm just gonna stick that down there. Doesn't really matter where. I got lots of room back there. My frying pan, spatula, and frisbee plate. Just jam it into the side right there. This has like just random items. It's in a Dyneema bear hanging bag, food bag. So it's basically waterproof, but I wouldn't trust it to be waterproof if it was float down the river. So there's a lot of Ziploc bags in here to keep everything safe and dry. Plenty of room in there for that. Freeze-dried meals. That's the only thing in here. And my spoon. Wow, I'm getting all kinds of room now. I would probably keep this in a dry bag as well if I knew it was going to be in wetter, rougher water. It's my Helinox Chair Zero. I might put that up here. And my cooler with butter. Have my corn, apples. Oh, speaking of apples, I will be eating one of my Honeycrisp apples for breakfast. Yeah, I have my eggs in here, my butter, my crescent roll dough, and just anything I wanted to keep cool for the first day. Oh, I have my steak in there too. And I just store this up in the hull. It just barely fits. So I lift it up a little bit and stuff her in there. And you might think that looks a little tight, but that's actually plenty of room for my legs to go around it. I've been using it that way for 3 years. I've never had an issue. I'm gonna filter some water, and the water bottles go right under here, but on the other side, right above my fishing pole. And I'll stick the other one down in there for later use. Now you can see I still got plenty of room here. For long trips, I do like to have a little more padding for my butt. I just had this stuff laying around inside one of my camping totes. It's like a little 1/8 of an inch foam pad and some Reflectix, like bubble wrap Reflectix stuff. I wish I had a nice gel pad, like one of those padded bicycle seat covers, you know, something like that. That would be awesome. And I know there's plenty of things like that out there. I just didn't have time to order one. So this has helped a little. And the last thing are my trekking poles. My paddles up there. Can't forget that. The trekking poles are for my trekking pole tent. The Z-Packs duplex tent requires trekking poles to set up. So these don't take up much space at all. Just stuff them in the side here and we are ready to roll. Oh, as you can see up front, I have my camera mount and an extra hat. There's my sunglasses and this cheap, crappy life jacket that I bought years ago when my whole family began kayaking with me. We have like 5 of them. I need to get a proper one for trips like this, but I always keep that one up there, and I will throw it on if I know there's something sketchy up ahead. All right, that's everything. I'm ready to get back on the water. Oh, one other thing I forgot to show you. Let me remove the cooler. I don't use this very often, and you might not be able to see this, but I have a little cargo net thing right there. I attached it with little hooks kind of like that. Maybe a little different. They actually have little hooks on them. But there's a screw right there I put in, and right there that holds the outsides of that cargo net, and there's another one right here. So yeah, if I want to put a t-shirt or socks or something up there I want to keep dry during the day that I'm not using, that's where she goes. That comes in handy. All right, that is everything on my Perception Hook 10.5. Let's get on the river. There you have it, folks. That is how I pack all of my essentials into my kayak for a multi-day kayak camping trip. Make sure to leave a comment with your own packing tips or questions, and don't forget to check out some of my epic kayak camping adventures in my playlist in the description box below. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it, and happy paddling.